Billy. Taking a picture of Billy. Steffi!
Here, Dave.
What's this one right in front of us there? Is that another?
The Moinster? That's a frigate.
But isn't that a
that's phalanx right there.
Phalanx right there? That thing just points in any direction. Take a long last look.
That's it.
That's it.
Goodbye, Ike.
As they say, that's all, folks.
Yep. Biddy. Okay, let's go.
All right, head them up.
And a candy cane.
I tell you what, it's an engineering miracle, is what it is. You get halfway across the bridge, you're going to say, how could anybody, how can they have built this? It's the equivalent of no, but what you got to do, Brandon, is as soon as we go under, you got to hold your nose. So I didn't stumble through my speech too much.
Oh, you did magnificently.
It's funny, a lot of the sailors in the ship. I was telling you, for us guys, it's no big deal. From somebody from Kankakee, that's a pretty big deal. You don't see the ice.
Oh, there's a sub.
That's a submarine.
We get up really anyway, right? Look at all those boats stacked up over there. Good Lord.
Naval Yard. They just told me that.
Oh, I transmission. You passed us and you got there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my car's got 127,000. All right, it's a 4-cylinder.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was going to die any day.
Yeah.
My car died in the driveway.
Well, time
No
was
kidding.
appropriate.
Time to retire.
Yeah.
That old girl
Yeah,
said,
cheating.
I'm going to take you home, and that's it.
That's
you know?
What a
time.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sail on another ship now.
Yeah.
You got no choice.
That's all
Here
right.
I am, unemployed without a car. Oh, man, what a life.
Yeah, that's all right.
You can rent your daughters.
Hi. How are you?
And you had 134 down at the bar?
Terry.
Terry, this is Rika.
This is my wife, Rika.
Wave, Gertrude.
Sounds like a beer. Terry?
They're waking you up over there?
You want one?
The punch is great, it's really strong. Yeah.
Eggnog.
Eggnog is...
There's no rum in it. If you want to add the rum, you have to just add a little glass.
And Rika, you want to...
Would you put?
I don't know, you might want to bring out
Would you like a beer?
some hot things, okay? Let guys start eating.
Try a little punch.
What's that?
I don't want any, thank you.
You don't want any beer?
No, thank
What do
you.
you think?
I don't know. I haven't had time, but really. Yeah.
We're gonna go get a little night. Do you already have one history?
Huh?
Yes, this is for the hot dog.
Yep,
And
we're gonna
keep
put them
moving
right
those
there.
Triscuits.
Yeah, keep moving them over because they're putting the sausages and everything here.
You know, on the way down yesterday morning, Chuck,
Okay, what's that?
Billy, we stopped in Dover to get some coffee, and he says, I'm gonna check the oil. Because the oil light was, I don't know, he's got an gauge. So he says, I'm 2 quarts low when I'm coming out with the coffee. Then I went back in to get filmed. Meanwhile, he's putting this, it looked Quaker State, it looked like Quaker State, I'm not really looking. He's poured the first quart of Quaker State in, takes it out, looks at it, and goes,
Yeah. Is that the name of
It's
the?
automatic transmission.
Something to have to do with
He's got that Jaguar,
I've seen
right?
the picture before.
Man, with
So-
a $60,000
Yeah, but
automobile.
he says, look, and you can look right in the window, right there, and they have all these cheap brands of oil, I mean, really cheap oil, and he goes, you know what, well, I saw the Quaker State on the same shelf as the oil,
Yeah.
I'd have made the same mistake, really, I guess.
Huh.
So we got a regular quart of oil, it holds 8 quarts, I told him, I said, look, I think it's gonna be all right, but it's your car, man,
They'll
it's your
just clean
call.
it. They'll clean the inside of the engine.
That's what the mechanic said, well, we found a garage on the way down, just open, but
So,
There you
where
go.
are the offers from?
ADP is the company that's really, they're telling me not to look for another job. They're saying, we're interested, we want you.
It's a data processing.
Right, already data processing. And they said, interview right after Christmas at a couple of their branches. They were offering a pretty good job.
Yeah. Well, go in after Christmas, after you've had a chance to relax.
I talked to the Yankee Balls, and Marnie had mentioned something about the officers club in Aberdeen looking for something.
The club manager?
The officers club. I don't know. I might just
That might have possibilities. You're always good at meeting and greeting the public.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Why don't you get Miss Commander Captain Cool in?
Oh, no. Captain?
Get Captain Cool in here.
Yeah, we got
Here.
This is the head of all the dentists.
Is that right?
Yeah. And you'll like your dental floor is outstanding. You know what they gave you for a going away present?
I'm afraid to.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a while. It's been a couple of years.
Last time.
That was nice of them.
I remember, I can't remember the guy's name now, but he was cop on Orion. Had a denture with
Well, with missiles for
right
you
gold
know,
stars.
it's a big
I'm trying to
case.
think who that. Matthew Stevens.
Stevens.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember that.
You were
Those
there.
were party teeth. He used to take them with him, put them on when he was going
Thank you very much. I'm going to let Rika open this. And,
So,
She's showing the living room.
oh, okay.
The ladies went around on the tour.
Steve, how you doing? Say your Keith.
Pretty good.
yeah, go ahead.
Hi. Where have you been all day?
I gotta find out.
Went shop. I've been looking all over for you. Mary Jo. Man, you rats were sitting there. I wonder when these guys are going to get here. Listen, you guys introduce yourselves. Yep. There's lots of stuff out there to drink, party. Okay. Everybody's situated. This is my buddy Steve Staley. I raised him as a child. And, he's turning out all right. And,
He does look a lot younger than you.
Carlo, congratulations.
A lot.
on your retirement.
There's Stephanie stuffing her face.
Hello, how are you?
All right. Chocolates of the
Gal
world.
that helps me all the time.
Huh? Look at that. Chocolates of the world.
Grandma.
So you and I will have to sit down later and try one from every country.
That's right.
Help yourselves, folks.
Why would you think of anything else?
I know, I wouldn't.
It's an honor.
For me also.
You've been in the car for hours.
Joanna, thank you very much.
How are you?
Great, great.
Wonderful.
Well, I feel pretty good too. I'm glad you all made it up here.
I has been. Join the club.
I'm a retiree.
Isn't that wonderful?
Well, I think so. I think so. I'm not sure yet. David, I'm waving because this is my old Commodore.
Is that right?
This is my Commodore from
Was it
Italy.
wonderful?
It was absolutely.
Ever so.
You're former Commodore.
He's still
It's still, yeah, this is a Commodore right here. They're making this one mini.
I've been in the car for
Did you come from Baltimore or did you come from home? Oh no, we came from home.
It's from home.
You came from home, right?
Long time.
Brian, probably gotta go to the pool. Because after driving for 2.5 hours, saying hi, turning around driving.
No, this was very hard for me to do today, but I told Rika I will put these up because there's probably a couple of them fellas that'll be in the area. I thought for sure they were always up. Well, I do have them up, but not displayed as prominent as they are right now. But, and I had to put in my shadow box. These guys are all on the carrier going, why do you want to all the shadow box? I may not be a sub one of each, but Admiral Bell one time gave me a set of dolphins, and I said, I'd like to have them in there.
Remember the unemployed?
Yeah.
For a day or two. Hopefully not for too long. Well, I'm going to talk to these people at ABC probably next week. And, but you know what you mentioned sounds interesting too. So I might just walk right on down there and this lady.
Left and right.
House of Style, Dr. Daniel Manson.
Marnie's wedding
Thank you.
and told us that Marnie's in charge.
That's all you're
Whatever
going to hear.
Marnie wants
Music.
Marnie gets. So when Marnie says,
so on?
let me
No,
tell
no, no.
you
I mean,
about
it's
Carol
it's blaring in
Baldwin.
this microphone here.
Bring him down.
I called the Sergeant Major of the Army, and I said, I might need a reference. I said, I heard some things the other day about a place up in Aberdeen, and I said, if I need a reference, can you fix me up? And he said, oh, certainly, Carl, not a problem. So that ought to be exciting. Did you see Antonella? Did you talk to the Commodore and William? Where's William at? He
Ran away.
William, then Antonella, Carlo, Janice.
Well, Commodore, you look great. Thank you. So, well, no, the last time I saw you, Commodore, you were tired.
Yeah,
You looked real tired the day I was there. Well, you look like,
He's getting younger.
yeah, you look like we're going back to Italy, you know?
Well, I spent a week in the Bahamas here about a month ago.
Boy, well, did you well?
Yeah.
I think that's what did it for you. You look great. This is my brother-in-law, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
David Harper.
Nice to meet you.
Can't make a ball.
As Chuck said, this is my old Commodore. I'm thinking he doesn't look old.
Huh?
I mean, prior Commodore.
Prior Commodore,
Prior
that's right.
Commodore.
I didn't mean my old Commodore. I meant one that I'd worked for a few years ago.
We were 12 years, started up 12 years ago.
In Sardinia?
And I can't think of the name. When you went to Aor, you worked at what?
NATO Defense College.
Right. They were all aboard the other day.
Did put any wax?
I had a whole gang of about 60 officers came aboard, and I said, hey, I used to know a guy that did this. And a lot of interesting officers. We had a lot of Portuguese officers involved in it, and had a nice chat. There was 4 or 5 Navy captains that were involved in it. And I'd asked them if they knew you, but that...
The problem is they're not supposed, the NATO college isn't supposed to be here in December.
Well, I hosted them. I gave them a
Maybe it
tour
was
of the
another
ship.
college.
No, it was that particular group.
Where's Brandon? Where's Brandon?
Certainly was.
He's upstairs.
Because I asked them about Aor and all that, you know, and
Germans and Turks and Greeks and
well, we had Germans.
French and no French.
No, we had Germans. We had Portuguese.
Belgians, Netherlanders, Danes, Norwegians.
And we had a whole gang. Many Navy captains. There was quite a few Navy
Maybe
captains.
they were part of the escort. I remember saying the NATO Defense College toward the Eisenhower, and I said, I don't think they're supposed to be here in December.
I had a whole group of them.
Really?
And this was just couldn't be more than a week ago, 2 weeks ago at the Mats.
Maybe somebody else
Because
probably.
the captain asked me to stay aboard, and they were all from
You see how basketball players?
all foreigners.
There's another
Group. They didn't say where they were from, Carlo.
No.
I'm gonna get out of this.
Oh, David.
It's okay.
That's my brother-in-law,
Don't
David.
go away.
Just, if we move,
Don't go away.
please.
Rika, I left my glasses.
I wondered if you were going to make
in
it.
my pocket.
You're a great lady, Ruby. Thank you very much for coming down to this ceremony yesterday. That was very nice of you to do that. Terry, welcome, buddy.
Boy, go by Tennessee.
He went back to Tennessee. Man, that was a surprise to have him there. Hello, Brandon.
Yeah, too bad he couldn't.
Antonella, could you take a coat here? And this is for Rika.
Huh?
Lots of folks out there you know. Lots.
Grabbed it.
Ruby is my very close friend from the Philadelphia Chiefs Club
Is that
in
right?
Taiwan, and one of the most. And you're
Really?
probably one of the finest ladies in the United States Navy, without a doubt.
That's great.
And her husband Terry, who
Hi.
is a retiree.
Retired.
Retired.
I recognize that picture from somewhere.
Rika.
Sneaky off.
Good.
Skip, Terry, and you guys are all out back.
Good. How you doing, Mom?
Come on back and
Beautiful.
introduce yourselves and mingle.
Beautiful place. How you doing?
All right.
Nice to see you.
I see.
Billy, there's a beer ball over the corner. Booze up punch. Big time.
I'll
Okay.
take the beer drinker.
Okay. Help yourselves.
You gonna try to make it down on the
Yeah, we're talking about it, and we may do that. Don't worry about it. Enjoy yourself.
Good. How you doing? I don't want to read it, by the way.
Right here? Okay.
What's that next one?
Mary Jo? Yes. Yes, but we won't do that tonight. I will pour the drinks, Mary Jo. You will not pour the drinks. This is your Mara.
I mean, your dad and your grandpa. You know the one I mean?
I followed Giovanna's recipe for the tea. Yes.
I was wondering where you had the white wine.
Yes.
I made after I got home.
Bottle down below, Bill. There's one bottle right there we need to open.
What do you think, Doc?
Okay, I have no prepared remarks or anything like that. But what I would like to do, though, is first I'd like to thank all of you folks for coming here this evening. It's past, present, and future that are here in this room. Many dear friends from the past, many dear friends that are here now with me, and new friends that I look forward to working for and with in the future. Navy, and I thank many of the gentlemen in this room that took me to that level. And so with that, I honor all of you and wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and continued friendship.
Here, here, here.
And now the future Master Chief of the Navy is going to cut this cake. You got it, buddy.
Let me see that cake.
You can do it with the knife. There you go. And do it however you'd like, there, son.
I know. If you want
Just slice right there, buddy.
No, Jeremy.
Go right ahead. Oh.
No.
You did a good job there, son.
Cut it again?
Yeah, go right there.
You won't
One
be
more
a surgeon.
Now this piece is for you, so the size depends. There you go. Down the road, man. That's right. Go ahead, son.
That's the piece for everybody else. The rest of the
Oh, cavities there.
Yeah.
Of course it's
Or is it green? So.
Got it?
Live.
Now we're live.
Live got us in there? Great. Okay. Those of us who were there yesterday will recall very well, but for those of us that weren't, I thought I'd add a few things. Obviously, it was a tough act to follow yesterday. I have a special gift for Chuck here, and I couldn't give it to him yesterday because, like I said, there were so many other things this would have seemed very trivial. So I thought I'd save it for tonight. But before I give him the gift, very quickly, when I sat there yesterday, I must say I was honored, 1, to have been here, 2, to be your brother-in-law, and 3, to be an American. Seriously, I never felt so proud. So here's to you, here's to America.
Yeah, here.
And lastly, again, another gift that is definitely nautical. I don't want to spoil it, so I'll let Chuck open this. But something I came across that he can use to remind him of his nautical background. So it's not a Rolex, but when you open it, you'll see what it is. Why don't you go ahead? It won't replace that.
Very kind of you. Very nice.
My pleasure.
Very nice.
So you'll see.
Now, see, everybody have a brother-in-law. In-laws aren't supposed to be like this nice, are they?
I didn't do such a bad job, did I, Chuck?
Huh?
I didn't do such a
No,
bad
you did all
job.
right, Liz. I tell you.
I was thinking of you.
I told the captain yesterday about this, and he said, yes, it's definitely apropos.
Well, Captain Cross said it was apropos.
So you can
It
look
will
at
not
your
only
wrist.
remind you of your career, but of your brother-in-law.
Right. Coincidentally, our logo from the Northern Trust Bank is a nautical emblem of the ship's anchor with rope going through it. So it was very close to me, and then I thought, wait a minute, this would be perfect for Chuck.
Very nice.
So you can
Very
show
nice.
that.
It's a beautiful watch with Northern Trust Bank written on it with a beautiful anchor in the middle. Does this mean that I'm getting a job, David?
You guys have a loan.
I can do banking. I can do that.
As long as it's not David's job.
I saw the parallels very much yesterday, and I guess that's what maybe brought the relationship closer. I mean, never being in the service, not saying fortunately, but not having had that experience, I didn't realize how much yesterday, with all the speeches that were going on, that it's a service. I'm going to say naval service, but it's a service like our service or any business service. And all the different categories of support, again, going through Chuck's book today, those that were electrical and so forth, and much like any other bank, that you have your loan operations, your deposit operations, your management. And I guess in looking at you yesterday, I was thinking, my God, we're on the exact same level, because here I am, granted vice president, but I'm not up there with the seniors, yet I am working with the troops that do all the work. So I thought, no, wait a minute, we're doing the same job. So I guess we're more alike than I thought.
But David, we have to talk about pay here. That doesn't parallel quite yet.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe some of the perks might be a little better. 4 weeks of true vacation year and so forth.
The Navy just hasn't figured out how to make a profit yet.
Exactly. Yes, they don't have the stock incentive programs and the ASOP programs and all that, but no, it was just interesting, the parallel of managing people, which is very important, obviously, that he's highly commended for doing and recognized for doing, and that's a talent itself. So I think, like, as you said, your old Commodore here, recognizing... I meant... And you thought he knew politics?
Not real well.
This guy lost his diplomacy real fast. I said, no, you're prior Commodore. But
Very good.
Well, David, that was very nice of you to say. And I'm not going to make another speech here. I already did that earlier. But I want to tell you all something, and I should have said this earlier. I want to pass it along to all of you that are in the Navy, and all of you that have been in the Navy and all that. Yesterday, as we got onto the pier, there was a young sailor that met me at the pier, and he goes, Master Chief, I hope you have a great retirement and all that. And I said, listen, young man, I'm going to give you $10. You take my uniform and go up there and do this ceremony, and I'll take yours and I'll do it all over again. Now, expecting to hear, sure, give me the $10, I'll go up there and do that. However, I heard the other thing. The young man said, you've had your fun, Master Chief. Let me have mine. So that's a great young American. I don't know if they planned that. I think they put the right guys in the right places yesterday. But I thought I'd pass it along to you because it was a great story. It was a great young gentleman. But David, I thank you for the kind words. I certainly thank you for the gift. And I'm looking forward to working at the Northern Trust Bank.
We need to open one here in Wilmington, right?
Yes.
We lost
We have some really decent bank calls here in Wilmington.
Wait. I had the Senora, la Signora Charles, voglio dire qualcosa. Now we're going to do it in Italian.
Vorrei dire qualcosa a Rika
She would like to say something in Italian to Rika and...
for being your companion, your counselor, your cook, and an exemplary Navy wife.
Thank you. Here, here.
She looks pretty good too, doesn't she?
I'm getting younger every day.
And I'd like to add the most wonderful daughter-in-law in the world.
Yes.
Here, here.
What more can you say?
Since you only have one, that's a safe one to say.
Yeah, Mom, you're home free on that.
Yeah. She learned her diplomacy from Chuck.
Yeah, she got diplomacy lessons from myself.
Yeah. Or who taught you?
Thank you, Liz. Well, can we cut this light? And because I didn't powder. And I know a lot of you are suffering.
There's a high reflection in here.
The problem is, Billy does not know how to fade out.
Cut it.
It is not a cut.
It's a wrap.
We'll fade him out. Fading.
I don't know what